When you paid his deposit and his first month's rent, I presume, bearing in mind he didn't have any money, his job, as far as we could gather, was giving out wristbands, did you ask him to put something in writing to say, here's the thing, although we are cohabiting effectively as a couple and moving together officially, so the world knows, you are responsible for the deposit and the first month's rent, and I hereby ask you to pay me back within, let's say, 12 months. Where's that piece of paper?
No.
Why not?
Because at the time, obviously, when I lent it to him, there was no question that he wouldn't pay me back because I trusted him. Because I trusted him.
That's invalid, mate.
I thought...
She said, right, that you pay me back when you can. She says, I don't want it back, just whenever you can, that's when you pay it back.
I said when you can, but, I mean, a year and a half later is taking the bit. Sorry.
No, I don't agree.
I feel like I've died and woken up in Love Island. Where do you think you are?
Sorry.
Now, there you are, second instalment, you've paid it. January 2018. How long did you stay in that flat, sir?
Yeah.
Now, 2018, you'd been paying your rent fairly regularly until the end, but you haven't paid the deposit and you haven't paid the first month's rent.
Yep.
She said to you, pay back whenever you want.
Yep.
Now, one of the challenges that you had was finding regular income, correct?
Yes.
And so you'd looked here and there, and you'd done promotional work. You were offered a job in 2018, right at the beginning. What was that job, sir?
A stripper. Or a male entertainer, let's say that instead.
Stripper.
Did you seriously consider taking that job?
Seriously considered it because...
As in to the point where he couldn't decide between the job or me?
That's not... It doesn't come into it. I'm not deciding the job or her. I'm trying to earn some money to pay her back. That was the reason I wanted to do it.
But I made it clear to him that I couldn't be with him if he did that job, and we had about 4 massive arguments where he couldn't decide me or the job.
Why should he not be able to choose to be a male stripper?
Because Liam's a promoter anyway, and he makes me well aware after every shift that he does working at his nightclub, the amount of girls that come up to him and try it on with him. Obviously, I don't want him to be a stripper, and like, I want him to just be exclusive for me if we're in a relationship. I don't want anyone else to see that.
See, that's just because she's insecure. I'll let her do the podium dancing. She can do it as much as she wants. That's her...
Because I did it when you met me.
Let me just be quiet for a second. You let her be a podium dancer.
I don't say anything. I don't complain about it.
In other words, it's up to you to determine whether or not she has permission to do a job.
No, what I'm saying, she doesn't... Like, I just let her do it. I don't say anything. Anyone else would tell her she has to stop. But, like, she told me I couldn't do something. That's her being controlling.
But I already did it when you met me. And you liked the fact that I did it when you met me.
Talking. Had you become a stripper, would you have been unfaithful to her?
No.
How did you consider the role of taking your clothes off for the titillation of women?
I just found it as easy money and just an easy way to pay her back.
Did you take that job?
No.
And did it cause friction in your relationship?
Well, obviously the fact that I couldn't choose her over the job she thought, that just made her more insecure and made her more controlling. And
that caused problems in your relationship. As of April 2018, it seems to me that despite the fact that you'd been living with each other for many months, it wasn't until that April, when the arguments reach a particular low, that you start chasing the money for the deposit and also for the first month's rent, correct?
Yeah.
Why did you not mention anything until that point when the relationship had got very bad?
Because I think about once I'd mentioned it before, like, just, like, not in just a small conversation, because Liam doesn't like to talk about it. Every time that I brought it up to him, he'd just shut me down and say, I don't want to talk about it, like, you lent it to me off your own back, according, like, from your terms now, it's up to me whether I give it back to you or not.
I didn't say that.
What? You've said that.
I said it's up to me when I pay you back. When I can pay you back, I'll pay you back.
These are his words. As far as I know, I've given it to him, and it's up to him whether he pays it back or not.
You handed me the money.
Talking, sir, why do you think that she's pursuing it?
Because she doesn't know now whether I'm going to stay with her or not, so she's scared that I'm going to leave her and not give it back full stop. So now she wants to get it quick before I leave her, basically.
Well, you say before you leave her.
That's in her head.
Talking, in May 2018, in other words, a month after you really start chasing this money, that appears to be a moment of Well, the beginning of the end of the relationship, correct? Did you love him?
I'm head over heels for the boy, like...
Have you heard that?
Yeah, I say the same thing to her as well.
How do you feel about her?
I feel exactly the same. I love her as well.
Like, I know he loves me, but, like, he's treated me like rubbish for, like, a long time now, and I've just tried to get our relationship back on track and make it work, and he's just, like, had me there because he knows he's kind of got me wrapped around his finger.
No, that's not true, mate, at all. The thing is, she's tried... I feel like I can't be myself around her because she's trying to mould me into the person that she wants me to be, and I'm not that
But, sir,
person.
what's your self? Your true self is a stripper, is it?
No.
What is your
Just-
true self? What does that mean?
Just day-to-day life, things that I do, she gets annoyed at, and I'm like...
Such as?
If, say, a girl tries it with me, if I turn her down in a certain way, she'll be like, oh, you should have done it this way or that way. I'm
Because-
like, no.
Would you think that that's fair?
No, because I see the way that Liam turns down girls. All he needs to do is be like, look, I'm with my girlfriend. He does it with a smile on his face, a cheeky smile on his face. So he knows they're going to come back, and especially as his job is a promoter.
Madam, listen to what you're saying. You're telling me that you've had absolutely no reasonable doubt that he's been anything other than faithful to you. Your concern is that when women throw themselves at him, like a piece of meat in a tiger cage or whatever it is, the truth of the matter is he isn't rejecting them with sufficient force. It should be, you woman! No!
Yeah. Ideally.
And instead, because he's a polite young man, he tries to bat them off with a degree of charm which leaves you, nevertheless, insecure, correct? Do you think that that insecurity is reasonable?
Yeah, like, I think I have a right to be insecure because of the amount of girls that I have seen throw themselves at him and the way he is with them.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.